I'm going to go over why fencing meta ads still work, obviously, if you do it right. Now, meta ads includes Instagram and Facebook, so that's the main platforms. That's why I haven't put in Facebook ads specifically. But let's dive straight into it. First things first, obviously, I am a bit biased because I work with Facebook ads. I've been doing it for the last couple of years, and I'm actively working with more than 45 ads companies nationwide. So obviously, I'm going to be a little bit more biased, but that is why I'm recording this video, just so that you guys can understand that there's a good way of doing Facebook ads, and then there's a bad way of actually making them not work. And it's one of those things where a lot of people talk about it in the industry. A lot of people have mixed opinions on it, and a lot of people have had good experiences. Many people have had bad experiences with it. So it's very much like a 50-50 thing. But I want to make sure that after this video, you guys at least have a base understanding of how to make it work. Some people make it work and how some people are not able to make it work, regardless of what they're doing. And then the last thing I want to cover is if you should do it or not, essentially. And that's the most important thing I want to go over in this video. There's not a lot of technical stuff that I'm going to cover in this specific video, just for the case being of this video. If you guys want me to cover a little bit more of the technical side when it comes to posting on the actual ads, creating the ads, and the backend stuff, I'll be more than happy to do so, but it will have to be in a different video. Now, let's go straight into it. The first thing I'm going to start off with is just going over like our current results.
It's clearly not a scam.
I just want you guys to listen
Clearly
over
not a
the video
scam,
first.
because that's small companies. That's kind of what we're looking for, because I get scam calls every day, all day.
Yes.
And I would tell them that it's not a waste of money. I'd be one of those people that'd be willing to take that phone call for you. Like, yeah, man, they've helped me out. First couple of weeks, we've like you said, closed $24,000 almost. We're recommend you guys. I would definitely recommend you guys to another company if they wanted to reach out.
Yeah. So that was William. He made around $24,000 in jobs just the first 2 weeks of working with us with the same strategy in place. So we've done it many, many times, and these are just a few examples. Another one, 42,000 closed in just 1 month. We had 102,000 closed in 72 days. So obviously, we've done this. I know how it works, and this is, again, why I'm biased, because I do this every single day. So I want to make sure that that's something you guys are aware of, and why we can actually have this video and talk about it in. Now, number one thing on why Facebook ads actually work is because of the exclusivity. Now, unlike Angie's, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, and all those other companies, you actually build your own system and you generate your own leads, right? And when you have these own leads and when they're exclusive, you get these leads for cheaper prices. And the reason you get them for cheaper prices is because I'm not entirely sure how Angie's works, but they definitely have a markup on the leads that they get it, right? So let's say their model is a pay-per lead model, which it typically is. They're going to buy that lead, or I don't know if they run ads or whatever they do, but they get that lead for maybe 10, 15 bucks. And then they're going to sell that exact same lead for 50 bucks, right? That is why it's a lot more expensive than what they're doing. However, when you're doing a Facebook ad campaign, an Instagram ad campaign, you are literally paying the market price for those leads. It's like, let's say for materials, right? Let's say you had the contact for the exact manufacturer that makes the material to build a, let's say, vinyl fence, whatever it may be, right? Just for example's sake. Obviously, your price of getting that material would be so much cheaper than if you went to a Home Depot or if you went to a general store where you could buy it, because those stores have to make a profit on that product. Whereas once you get it right from the source, it's a lot cheaper. Same thing here. Not only do you actually get the exclusivity of you not having to share that leads with anybody else, but you also get cheaper prices. Most important thing is that you get a very, very much lower cost per acquisition. That is what CPA stands for. And you also become independent. The reason you become independent is because you're not using any of these platforms to put food on your table and to actually make money. You are using Facebook to get more business, right? That is what's happening here. It's not that you're using them to essentially get more deals in another way. It's like you're literally using them to get your own business and you should get your own flow of leads. And that's why it's so exclusive, and it's very, very beneficial on that side of things as well. Now, the second thing is that it leaves an impression. Now, you are able to, with Facebook, target people over and over again with unique content, right? And I want to make sure that I underlined the unique content aspect of things. And I'm going to show you guys what's not unique content, so you guys know exactly what not to do. Now, what this results in is that you become the trusted authority over time. Now, obviously, at least subconsciously you do this just because on these platforms, people are always on them, scrolling, watching videos, doing this, doing that. And once they see the same company many, many times in a row, all of a sudden, it might not be right now, but in about 6 months or in about 3 months or in about 4 months, once they decide to get a fence, first person and first company they're going to think of is your company, just because that is how it's working. That's what they're seeing subconsciously. Your company name is engraved in their head. Now, big fence installations, they're won by building trust, authority, and likability over time, right? These guys and these guys that want to get these big jobs done, they don't have to do the research. You essentially give them the research. You give them everything they need to know. And this is another reason why we've kind of, and I'll leave this for free because you guys watching this YouTube video might not be any of our current clients, but I'll leave this to you guys for free. Is that a personal brand and a personal angle of ads have been crushing it a lot for all of our clients across the board. If it's a still photo of the client, if it's a video, which is ideally the best, whatever it is, they've just been working super well because it leaves an impression. You put a face to the brand, it's not anything generic. And when people start seeing that face more and more times, automatically you just start getting more and more people interested and more business coming in. The third thing is going over the actual ads I was talking about. So as you guys can see here, I'll try to keep myself here so that you guys can see this. This is obviously none of our clients, but take a look at these ads, right? This is a very generic ad, and it's very, very generic in terms of what the call out is. And you guys have probably seen a lot of them. And I mean, yes, if you were to hang this up on a fence show, if you were to hang this up on a like a baseball game where people play and a lot of people go, a golf course, like whatever it is, if you were to hang this up, well, obviously, yes, it kind of makes sense, you know? But advertising these type of things, like there's nothing it gives to the homeowner. Like there's nothing there. It's just a generic ad. Like, yes, I see the fence work, and yes, I can see that you guys do same day repairs and custom designs and all us, and yeah, I can see the number, but I mean, I'm not ready to call, you know, type of thing. That's like that's what it is. So these are very generic, and this isn't going to kind of get you very far when it comes to marketing, when it comes to Facebook. You want to definitely have something that is a little bit more unique, ideally some type of videos, ideally something that talks about your company, and nothing like this, because this it doesn't really give anything to the homeowner, right? It doesn't really tell a story. It doesn't tell a reason to get a new fence. It doesn't tell why they want a new fence or any offers. It just strictly just gives them the basic information. Typically, you give this to any referral or something when somebody already is interested, right? Not to a completely cold lead. And yeah, that's just one thing. Now, the other thing that you kind of get with Facebook as well is a local social presence. Now, what I mean by that is by automatically running ads and pushing budget into ads, you are going to acquire a lot more followers and a lot more likes on your page, regardless of if you're doing some type of boosted post or something like that. But if you're just doing paid ads, you're going to get a lot of impressions and a lot of people watching it, specifically in your local area. And what happens is that, as you can see, this local area, in the same way where I talked earlier about you essentially building that likability and familiarity, it's going to start and turn into organic sales. So these people are going to literally turn into work for you guys after some time, just because they have seen that familiarity, they've gone ahead and followed your guys' page, and they've started to get a lot more interested. This is why it's so important to do something like this. And obviously, at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with everybody here, it's not that a Facebook ad campaign or a Meta ad campaign is the only thing that is going to get you to two, three, four, five, $6 million a year. Like obviously that's not the case. However, it is going to get you very far. And you want to obviously, if you know how kind of marketing works, you want to have a bunch of things in place. But Meta is definitely one of them that you have to have in place. Now, the other thing is the audience on Facebook, right? So a lot of people, and especially when I speak with them, the reason most guys don't go for Facebook specifically is because they don't understand the audience that they have there. They don't understand if they even have an audience there. Now, one thing I want you to kind of know is that your ideal audience is on Meta. 100%. You just got to go after it. Now, I did this yesterday, and if you can see here, approximately there are a total of, like in the US, 288 million users as of October 2025. Now, out of the ones aged 35 plus, which is like general for being a homeowner, it is around 47%. There is around 136 million Facebook users aged 35 plus in October. Right? Now, if you think about that, that is a lot of potential people that could be within your area that want to get a fence and that want to get something done. So the actual audience and the target of who you want to work with isn't a problem. These numbers prove that. You guys can even search this up yourself. This is real numbers, and this proves that it's not an issue with that. You just got to go after it in the right way. The other thing is targeting. So super important is that with Facebook, with obviously it's quite different to how Google and LSA ads work, but with Facebook, you have a lot of options with targeting. And to be honest with you guys, right now, with Facebook, the way it's moving, you don't even have to do specific targeting as long as you just have the right words in the creative and you have the right words in the copy, like you're good. And Facebook will find the right audience by itself. Now, the first thing is obviously demographic targeting. You can target based on homeowners and how much they're making. If you want to target based on the top five percentages in income, you can target interest targeting. You can target based on what people are interested in and keywords they usually search. You can target based on the creative. So you can just put in, let's say you're based out of North Carolina, you can put in North Carolina homeowners, North Carolina homeowners looking to get a fence. You can do it based on location. And with Facebook, you have a lot of options. You can go anywhere from zip codes to like actual cities, actual states. You can drop pins all the way down to like a 5 mile radius. So that all helps Facebook find the right people. The other thing that you can do is you can do LLA audiences, which is basically a lookalike audience. So essentially, if you have a lead list of names, phone numbers, emails of leads that you have worked with or are working with currently, you can simply post that up on Facebook. What Facebook is going to do is that it's going to find people similar to those data that you have. And most likely, it's probably going to find people within the industry and the type of client that you want to work with. And it can start targeting those type of people. The other thing is retargeting. Funny thing is, you can actually do this with Google or any other marketing that you're kind of doing. Essentially, if you have traffic coming to your website, if you have traffic coming to your Facebook page, if you're even running Facebook ads and you have traffic coming because of that, you can get a pixel and you can start acquiring all the leads and all the information coming in, and then you can run retargeting campaigns to those exact people. So if somebody doesn't opt in, you can run those same ads to them multiple times, and then as we kind of talked about earlier, subconsciously your face is going to pop up, your name is going to pop up, and they're going to end up 100% of the time what after just it's just a matter of time until they're going to end up going with you regardless, right? So targeting wise, you have a lot of options. Obviously it is a little bit different to what Google has, but it's quite similar as well. Now the one of the last things is the consistent scalability that you have with Facebook and Meta in general is that it's not capped, right? As soon as you know what it costs you to get a lead, cost per lead, what it costs you to give out an estimate, cost per estimate, what it costs you to get an actual job, so cost per acquisition. Once you know these three numbers and you've done it for, let's say, a month or two and you have like consistent numbers, as long as you keep your KPIs, whatever you put in, you're going to get the same amount out. So let's say, to give you just an example, right? Let's say your cost per acquisition, as in cost to acquire one client, is $500. Okay? Let's say that's the case. And you revenue on one fence is 4K, 4,000, okay? So you spend 500, you get 4,000 back. And obviously you have material, you have labor, and then you get the profit yourself. Point is, you're spending 500, you're getting 4,000 back. Now, in the case of you spending 1,500 a month, you're going to get 12,000 back, which is 3 jobs, right? But now, let's say you're spending 3,000 a month. So you're spending double that. The KPIs stay the same. All those jobs end up being what? 6 jobs. So instead of 12,000 in revenue, you're going to get 24,000 in revenue. Like as long as you have the KPIs straight, you can consistently scale the system without fail. And obviously, you got to know what you're doing. You got to make sure that you understand why you're scaling and when you're scaling. And you have the tracking in place. But as long as you know those basics, and obviously in the marketing world, that is basics to know that, you'd be able to know how to consistently scale. And that is what I talked about last video as well. Whereas it's just like a machine. It's like a machine, a slot machine where you put money in, you spin it, and it just keeps going up. So it's always positive the way that it's set up and it actually works. The one thing that I wanted to cover with you guys as well before we wrap up here, and just to kind of repeat everything. First thing is obviously the exclusivity. the fact that you can be independent and you can actually get your own leads, you can get them for a lot cheaper, and you can just make sure that you grow it in house rather than trying to rely on something like Angie's and Home Advisor. Everybody knows that those platforms are good maybe when you're starting out and you're looking for your first couple jobs, but then after that, it's like you can't do it scalable and consistently for a long term. The second thing is that it leaves an impression. So definitely important, especially with the day and age we're going in right now with a lot of AI. It's hard trusting people. It's hard making sure that you're not getting scammed and you're actually working with someone that is a good company and actually puts in good work. You have the third thing, which is the social presence. So you start building this brand long term that actually gives you a lot in return for a long time. And the fourth thing is you can find your ideal audience very easily. You can choose how to target them. You can choose how to find them. And if not, like with Facebook and Meta and Instagram, the way that we're kind of moving right now, it's crazy to say, but they're able to find anything that you're looking for as long as you have the right angle in either the ad copy or in the creative. Like it will find who you're looking for. Last thing is that it is consistent and it is scalable 100% of the time. As long as you know your numbers, kind of like the last thing, it's so consistent and it's so scalable because you know that, okay, if I put $5 in, I'm going to get $4,000 back. Like, no, $500 in, I'm going to get $4,000 back. Like, you just know that that's an 8x return on investment. Like, you just know that, okay, if I put $1 in, I'm going to get $8 back. Put 10,000 in, I'm gonna get 80,000 back. If I put 100,000 in, I'm gonna get 800,000 back. Like that is what it is. It's all just numbers. That's why it's so important to know your KPIs and back end and tracking all that good stuff. Now, I want one of the next videos to also feel free to put it in the chat, like in the comments, sorry, what you guys want the next few videos to be about, or if there's anything specific you guys would like for me to cover. I'm thinking of making a video about the specific like KPIs that you should be looking for when running meta ads and when to change them, what to change, what they mean essentially. That way you can know that your campaign is performing if not. Very last thing that I want to go over. If you guys are running any type of Facebook ads and are needing someone to kind of take a look over it, again, we don't have to work together, but if you want me to take a look over it, just give you some insights based on the just sheer amount that we're spending with Fence Guys nationwide. Like we know exactly what's working and what's not and what has been and what will not be working in the next few weeks. So you want to make sure that you stay up to date for completely free. Feel free to book a strategy session. I jump on those myself personally. So I spend 30-40 minutes with yourself, go over any questions you may have about Facebook, anything you want to know, anything you want us to tell you about how to grow it. And I mean, it's never going to be a pushy thing where you jump on and be like, yeah, you should work with us. Like, be it like if you strictly just want to jump on for help, I'll help you. And if you don't want to work with us, that's totally cool. If you do want to, that's totally cool as well. More than happy to work with you if we have the area open. Now, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was a lot of value for a lot of you guys out there. Let me know if there's anything else. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your guys' week. Best of luck. Crush.